down deep, get into Bobby Taylor, and see that little slap and come back? That's when he has Bobby running full speed with him. Then he slams on the brakes and comes back.
Setting up a first down at the Philadelphia 20. A toss to Johnson. LeSean bouncing it outside. Took on a big hit for painful yards. Kelly was there to make the initial hit. Zordich helped out wrapping up. Second down and 6.
LeSean Johnson is a guy that the Cardinals need to be consistent. You know, remember early in the season he had like a 200-yard game down in New Orleans. Then he came back and had another long run the next week. And then he's been up and down, up and down. But for this Cardinals team to evolve, they need a strong running game. They need a lot out of him every week.
Leland McElroy, the #2 pick in this last draft for Arizona in the backfield. Next to Esiason, he swings out. Esiason steps up and a run. Middle of the field, wide open, and a first down inside the Philadelphia 5. Ray Farmer was there, but there very late after a gain of 13.
Now watch here what the Arizona Cardinals do. They put 3 receivers down here. Now watch Zordich. He is in confusion. He's checking everybody, but watch how they man up and get coverage. Eagles did an excellent job of picking up the receivers out of the cluster.
Now it's LeSean Johnson trying one over the middle. He got nothing, maybe to the 4, and a second and goal coming up. Mike Mamula gets credit for that tackle.
And the defensive line, Joe, is an area of concern for the Philadelphia Eagles.
They really miss the presence of Andy Harmon, who's missing his 4th straight game. Here's Esiason into the flat. An incomplete pass as Larry Centers was the intended receiver. Dawkins was there with him. They don't mind putting Brian Dawkins head up with anybody. Not a big safety, a guy who can cover, and a guy who, when you bring up his name to Eagles coaches, they start to smile.
They're very happy. And Emmett Thomas called him a tweener. He could play corner or free safety.
3 wide receivers for Arizona on 3rd and goal from the 4. Pass is batted down. William Thomas got a hand up to knock it down. And Arizona will be forced to try the field goal.
Well, remember I told you they're going to try to bring pressure. Watch Willie Thomas. Here he comes right into the mix of things. Now it's Jefferson. No, that's Willie right at the top there. He moves back into the pocket where there was an opening and jumps up as the ball was released. Because they need to get a linebacker into the rush because their front 4 haven't been able to get there in the last few weeks.
Esiason starts the day 1 for 6 for 21 yards. Kevin Butler will try the field goal of 22 yards. Kick is up and good. So Arizona's on the board. They had a 1st and goal from the 5. The Philadelphia defense hung on. Butler good from 22, and it's a 4-point Philly lead. Getting ready for the start of the second quarter here on Fox NFL Sunday. Sun Devil Stadium, Tempe, Arizona. Ray Rhodes and this Philadelphia Eagles team looking for their 8th win of the year.
Yeah, Ray's a fighter. I mean, Ray's a street guy, tough fighter. And that's the guys he has on his team. And he lets every one of them know exactly where they stand and their job description.
Sometimes his choice of words for that job description may get him into some trouble, but he's a fiery coach and a guy who I know you enjoyed playing for when you played for him in Green Bay.
Yeah, I love the guy. I mean, he's a no-nonsense guy. He's going to tell you like it is. You know, like some of his guys he has on his team, you know, they want to do other things. He says, oh, yeah, you want to rush the passer, huh? You want to get quarterback sacks. Well, if I had to wait on you to get a quarterback sack, I'd be here till year 2002. You're going to sit in there. You're going to take on double teams. I mean, he tells the guys what's needed of them and what's expected of them, and you got to appreciate that if you're a player.
Irving Fryer over on the Philadelphia bench looking for Burgess Meredith, needing a cut man as Ricky Waters is wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage in a 3rd and long.
Yeah, Jameer Miller
up.
Jameer Miller right down the backside. I mean, that's what you do when you rush upfield and the ball goes the other way. You flatten down the line of scrimmage. Watch Jameer Miller and watch him come down the line of scrimmage. He shoots the gap from behind and it just flattens.
Miller gets the tackle, a loss of 2, 3rd down and 10. Waters 11 carries, 31 yards, and a touchdown. Everybody thinking pass on 3rd and 10. Into the corner of the end zone. What a catch, but out of bounds. Bobbling it was Solomon. A one-handed grab, but out of bounds, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I'll tell you one thing that Ty Detmer's not scared of doing. He's not scared of testing Aeneas Williams. Now, a lot of teams, when you get this matchup, you're going to say, okay, I'm going to go at Ronnie Bradford, or I'm going to go at Tito Paul, the guys playing the other corner. Ty Detmer, I mean, he likes the matchup, whether it's Fryer over there or Freddie Solomon. I mean, he's going to go to the guy.
Now Gary Anderson will try a 44-yarder. This is pushing his range. Good snap, good hold. The kick is good. And again, a 7-point lead for Philadelphia. Anderson's longest attempt this year, only 46 yards. That was good from 44. Philadelphia leading 10-3. Over on the Arizona sideline. Big part of the interior defense for Arizona. That defense held Philadelphia out of the end zone. Gary Anderson good from 44. And a 7-point Philadelphia lead. Leland McElroy from inside the 5 has room to run. Crosses the 35, brought down at the 36, and again it's Don Griffin there on the stop after a 34-yard return. A McDonald's game break. Back to JB at our Fox Television Center.
Hey, Joe, Denver becomes the first team to qualify for the postseason, just like they drew it up. 19 seconds left. Elway's pass tipped twice, and McCaffrey hauls it in for the score. Denver wins it. All tied at the Meadowlands between the Cowboys and Giants. Back to Arizona, Joe Buck and Bill Moss.
Thank you, JB. There are a lot of people who think the New York Giants might sneak up and scare the Cowboys at the very least. Arizona takes over a first down at their own 35 as Esiason flushed out of the pocket and throws it away. On the run, outside of the pocket, you can throw it away. No intentional grounding, so 2nd and 10.
You know, one of the things about the Philadelphia Eagles, they've kicked off 3 times now. Just once to start the game, and then the 2 others after scores. And every time they've been beyond the 30-yard line. That's the Arizona Cardinals. And they have the worst in field position for the opposing team starts. And part of the reason is their kicker, Gary Anderson. At that age, he doesn't have the hang time, and he can't get the ball down around the goal line.
2nd down and 10. Esiason down the sideline. Moore, what a catch. Came back on Bobby Taylor, made the catch inside the 40. And Esiason absolutely red hot here at the start. That was good for 25.
And Sanders, as of late, has been catching a lot of balls. Rob Moore. Now watch Rob Moore down the sidelines right here on Bobby Taylor. That's good coverage. He has good coverage right there. He just doesn't get turned when the ball is thrown. When it's right there at the money, he wasn't in position. Nice catch, Rob Moore.
Traded here from the Jets before last season. And a 1st and 10 for Arizona inside the Philadelphia 40. Centers in the backfield. He's been shut out so far. Esiason to Moore again. That is good again. Inside the Philadelphia 5. And again on Bobby Taylor.
Yeah, well, that time the coverage wasn't tight. Rob Moore just flat beat him. Now, one of the things you have with Bobby Taylor is he's in his 2nd year, tremendous athlete. He gained a lot of recognition last year when he shut down Michael Irvin. Now, when he plays a guy and he can use his physical ability and match up with him, he plays well. But when you get a guy that can put moves on him, and you one move and then the double move and comes back, that's where you lose him. And right there, that's where Bobby Taylor got lost.
A completion for 25 yards, followed by a completion for 35 yards. Both to Moore, both on Taylor. They're hooked up again. 1st and goal. Johnson, nothing. LaShawn Johnson brought down by Ray Farmer and others. Good work by the Philadelphia defense.
Yeah, they brought everybody there. I mean, they get their backs against the wall. You're down there inside the 5, and you say, what the heck? Let's just bring everybody. That's what Emmett Thomas, the defense coordinator, did that time.
Now LaShawn Johnson limping away as Leland McElroy comes in. He's in the backfield with Larry Centers. A loss of 1 on that last carry, and a 2nd and goal from the 4. Delayed handoff, McElroy. End zone, touchdown, Arizona. McElroy will keep that football. That is his first NFL touchdown. Good from 4 yards out, and with the extra point coming, Arizona trying to tie this game. Butler will try it. Penalty flag on the play. The kick is good. And the penalty, I believe, is on Philadelphia for jumping too soon. If it is, we've got a tie game. Bobby Taylor a little anxious.
That'll be marked off in the ensuing kickoff.
We've got a tie game.
Offside. 21 defense. Extra point is good. 5 yards assessed on the kickoff.
A 5-play drive covering 64 yards, just under 2.5 minutes. Keep it, Leland McElroy. That's your first in the NFL. Eric Swan bending over just so we can't shoot him, as we're going to talk about a day in the life of Eric Swan right after this kickoff from Kevin Butler, who will get 5 extra yards with which to work. Kicking it from the 35. Feels like it's 3 years ago. This is Derek Witherspoon from around his own goal line. Gets to the 20, and that is it. Tommy Bennett there to make the stop for Arizona. A day in the life for Eric Swan. Back to work he goes.
Well, you all know the story about Eric Swan. Didn't play college ball. Tremendous athlete. What a prospect. And then he comes in. He's had different defense coordinators, different head coaches. And this year they changed the defense on him. But as of late, the last couple of weeks, he's really come on strong. But today, they flip-flopped him at defense tackle. Left to right, he's been double-teamed. No tackles, 1 pressure, no sacks yet. But Eric Hill has about 5 tackles. Now, when you're doubling up him up front, that's going to leave your linebacker free.
Ricky Waters.
And there's your linebacker.
The right side, and it's Eric Hill right in the middle of it. Another tackle for Eric after a gain of 3. Already 5 tackles for Hill here in the first half.
Yeah, when you're going to double somebody up like the Eric Swan, you get him doubled up, and then here's Eric Hill, and he's going to come free to the ball. Now, another guy, 94 right there, Bernard Wilson, if Eric Swan's getting the double teams, he's going to be free. And you saw he was down there at the feet of the tackle, too. He's got to be more, get into the mix of things. If Swan's getting double teams, these guys are free. Get to the ball.
2nd down and 7. Detmer over the middle, fullback Turner. First down for Philadelphia at their own 35 before Hill and Joyner combined to make the stop. That was good for 11 yards from Detmer.
And this is a big matchup for Lester Holmes. Remember, he's a former tackle. Now he's been playing guard, and he's in there. And look what he does to Swan. Just neutralizes him. He gets his hands inside there, and yeah, you can say it's holding because he has cloth. But when your hands are inside the frameworks of the shoulder pads, it's not holding. The referee, the umpire, they just ignore it.
1st and 10 from their own 35. Detmer airs it out over the middle, wide open, caught inside the Arizona 40. That is Irving Fryer. 3rd catch of the day. That was good for 26.
And one of the things Philadelphia tries to do is they try to get a good mix of runs and passes. Now, they've had some success passing the ball, and then Ricky Waters has done well. But what I don't think they've done a good job of thus far in the game is getting a good mix to try to keep Arizona's defense off balance. That's what you want to do. That's what the West Coast offense does, is keep your defense off balance.
Ricky Waters, not much over the middle. Swan and Hill.
And right there, Eric Hill kept everybody off balance. You blitz your middle linebacker, and he's in there, and he's in the backfield as they're handing off the ball. I mean, that's going to disrupt everything. There's Swan on Holmes, but you see Eric Hill in the backfield? He came right up the gut on a blitz.
Play just did get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10. Ball just inside the Arizona 40. Play action. Detmer sacked, lost the football. Now they whistle it dead. It is dead. It is not a fumble. It belongs to Philadelphia.